Peace, everybody. This medicine man. Once again, I'm kind of standing out here in the middle of the. It's a path, man. It's a path with a lot of trees, a lot of water. It's a river, well, not a river, but like a stream, man. That runs way down there, and then that stream runs like probably about 2, 3 miles, man. It goes all the way that way there. A lot of deer out here, a lot of course, agriculture and things like that out here. But one of the things I wanted to discuss, man, while I'm here, man, for about another 5 minutes, things I want to discuss, man, is the power of the trees and the sacredness of trees and using the totem power of trees, reading trees, understanding the energy that vibrates from trees, and the importance understanding that trees on this land contains the ancestral memories of the land that we stand on. And right here we got two significant trees that's actually been used in indigenous woodworking for thousands of years, I would assume. And one is the oak tree that we have here, and the other is the pine tree that we have here. There are many various different types of oaks that you'll find. This is one particular type of oak. That tree right there is another type of oak. Let me see if I can see another oak tree. Right there, that's another type of oak tree. And this one here, I think that's similar to this one here. But there's various types of oak trees, and then there's also various types of pine trees. This is one pine right here. Let me see if I see some more pine out there. I see one way across there. You know, it's a big pine way across there. But that's a different pine. They got the evergreen, they got different levels of pine. But these two trees are two of the most significant trees, man. Amongst the most significant trees that you'll find that grow indigenously here in America. I've always been a very strong advocate that the trees possess ancestral memories of the land that we stand on, the ancestral memories of the ancestors that lived here. And for this reason, when we work our indigenous root working, we work our indigenous root working with the elements here. Like in hoodoo and root working, we wouldn't order sticks that comes from trees in other countries because those trees are sacred to the land that those trees come from, and it connects them with their ancestral memories there. So if we're going to work with the sticks, if we're going to work with the trees, we should work with the elements of the trees that's here, because these trees here possess the ancestral memories for our ancestors here. You see? Yeah, for the most part. And this is one of the reasons why I do readings with tree bark. Oh, this is a real tight one too, man. He ain't giving up nothing. Real tight one. Another thing too, man, I teach my students, man, how to read the geometric patterns on a tree to tell what kind of energy that's actually on a tree. See how this geometric pattern right there? See that? That's readable, right? That's readable. It's a pattern right here. See? That's readable. Why this tree got all these circular patterns? See? Here, it's readable. Why? What are these circular patterns is what we ask ourselves. See? Right there. Now the circular pattern here. Right there. See? What's up with these circular patterns? Look, see? What's up? What's the reason that this tree produces this circular pattern of energy radiating from it? And you wonder why in African traditions, why we use the trees, why the trees are important vortexes of energy, see? Important vortexes of energies that we use. See, up there too, see? So all these vortexes, see? Little vortexes. Those ones up there, they definitely come from limbs that were cut. These ones down here are just forming. Let's go look at this tree here. Let's see what we got. Let's look at the pattern, see what we got on here. What kind of vortex patterns can we get off of here? Right there. See right there? Right there. Vortex pattern. That way. Let's look. What other kind of vortex patterns that we can pull off of a tree? Let's see. Let's turn aside. Oh, I got to rotate my device. Let's look at it. See right there? You see it? Y'all see it? Yeah. Doesn't that look like a sacred symbol? You know, look like a symbol. I might can get a symbol out of this tree. You know, draw that up, line there, line up there, and Boom, sacred marking, a natural sacred marking in the tree. See, all these, it's when you're able to read. Well, you know that was caused obviously. What looked like another limb in there, but we ain't even talk about what that looked like, y'all. But it's vortexes of energy. I mean, if I was to do some work, channeling, good channeling work here. Let me see what I got in my pocket. I might have an amethyst in my pocket. You know what I mean? By chance, I'd have sit that there, and I come back in a couple of days later. You know, to charge and get that energy on it, man. Vortexes. Just reading the geometric patterns of trees is significant. Like if you look at this pattern, like right in there, look, see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y'all see the five holes up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes right there. And then when you look at the rest of this image, what does it look like right there? What that look like? Look at it. What does it look like with the 5 holes? Because right here, it looked like a man's face, right? Let me see. The 2 eyes right there. 2 eyes. The nose. You know what I mean? Hold on. Yeah, you see the face? You can kind of see the face. I'm trying to get the chat out the way, y'all, because I got the chat all in my way. But there's the holes right there, and it looked like the 2 faces. It looked like eyes right there. The eyes on the 2 faces. Hold up. If I get my chat out the way, y'all, hold up. All right. So right here, we have an eye there, and the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 holes at the top. Then we get the eye. That looks like a crown. Doesn't a crown have like 5 of those sticky things on top of it? Like on the crown, you got the 5 points on the crown, right? Think about it, y'all. We got the 5 points in the crown. Look, we got 5 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this might be a crown. And these might be the eyes, the nose, the mouth. You see what I'm saying? And it all comes down to the body. This might be a king, the spirit of a king in this tree. Never know. You know? Never know. Tree might need a reading for real. You know, but this is a pretty big tree. You know, this is a pretty big sized tree. You know, it's pretty old. Look about, this is an oak tree at about this size. He might be 125 years old. I give him about 100. I would give him 100. You know, he's an oak tree considering the facts. You know, I give him 125. And considering the height on him too. You know, I give him about 120 years. You know, unfortunately, he wasn't cut down in this little area. They let him stay. And usually the biggest ones with the strongest roots, they get to stay. You know, they get to stay. But I just wanted to elaborate on the oak tree. And there's many things that we can do with the oak tree, man. Trust me, when you work with the trees, you know, Gautama Buddha, he received a revelation under the tree. Under the tree, sitting out there, receiving revelations because the ancestral memories are connected into the earth, into the trees. I leave it there. But sitting down at the foot of the tree is where you receive revelation, man. The tree's waiting. It's already open for you, see? It's open for you to see. You know, for you to get down and do your ancestral work at the foot of the trees. You know what I mean? You got to learn that yourself. But you want to do the work. You want to do the work at while the ancestral memory dwells. Pine. You know, how many of y'all know how to make the pine saw, man? The natural pine saw. Y'all got to work with me on that. The natural pine saw, man. Y'all got to know how to make natural pine saw. All these pine trees grow in America. You know what I mean? All these pine trees grow over here. There's 2 more pine trees there, look. There's one there, and one there. This one here covered with, what is this, ivy? That would look like. Covered with something else. That's an oak tree, and another tree, like 2 together, I think, look like. I don't know. I can't identify that one there. You got me with that. But that's pretty, though. Look pretty, though. The way it's all wrapped around, you know what I mean? Look pretty. And this is the pine tree. You know, pull a pine down, do what? You can cleanse yourself with pine. Isn't pine a household cleanser? If pine is a household cleanser, why couldn't it be a spiritual cleanser? You know? Obviously, you can't do no readings with the pine tree bark. I can't. Because they're too thin. They're too thin for the most part for that one, for that reason. For me, it is. You know. But the pine tree. Learn about the sap of the pine tree. Learn about soaking the pine needles. Learn about soaking the pine needles also. Soaking the pine needles, it releases certain things, and you use it for your cleansings in the house. I drop the pine needles with the ammonia. Get you some pine needles in the ammonia. Then the oak, the sap of the oak tree is used for certain things. Also, do the research and study on that. It's a lot. There's a lot of medicine in these plants. A lot of medicines in the trees, especially with the tree sap and the inner bark. The inner bark contains the medicine. This is the driest part, but I can't, man. I ain't got my knife on me today, but I'm trying to get to where, show the inner bark. The inner bark is white, so when you peel all this back, inner bark is more white like this. This is the dried out inner bark, but the inner bark has different properties. Different trees have different properties. There is a lot of medicine in trees, but I'm gonna take my crystal. I'll just let it sit there while I'm talking. I was jiving. All right, but that's what it is when we dealing with the trees and the sacredness and the power, the ability, and I'm gonna cover some of that in the class this weekend. My May 4th class on Ancestral altar. We're gonna talk about the in-house ancestral altar, and then we're gonna talk about the external outside ancestral altar. We're gonna go between the differences of the type of work that you can do or you should do in your in-house altar and the kind of work that you could do and should do in an outside altar. There's certain type of work you don't want to do in your house, certain types of energies you don't want to conjure in your house, and as a result, you want to split your energies into an altar in the house, perhaps, and an altar outside in your backyard or an altar in the woods for whatever particular reason. We're going to get into the whole subject of altars and talking about having a spirit altar versus having your ancestral altar. I know a lot of people kind of house spirit altars along with ancestral altars, and we're going to get into the details about the pros and cons about that, how to maintain 2 or more altars. And we're going to answer the questions of, is there a real significance for having an altar outside of the ancestral altar? What are the pros and cons of that? How to maintain various altars if you have various altars. How to minimalize your altar. How to cleanse your altar. All of those things we're going to get on, especially the whole concept of having an altar in your house versus having an external naturized altar. The naturized altars, trust me, you'll be able to in tune with them in a different way than how you would in tune with a table altar. The whole idea of having a table altar or a table shrine is that it's made from wood, right? That's how the old way it was. It was made from wood. The wood would represent the natural element of the tree. So really an inner altar, an inner shrine, from that perspective, an inner shrine would be more less for somebody that can't erect or can't set up, a natural shrine. So you set one up in your house, keep it close to you or for beginner reasons or whatever. But once you expand your work and expand what you're doing, you'll learn the different aspects of maintaining the altar energies. And you can maintain an altar energy inside of a mojo bag, but I'll tell y'all about that some other time. Let's see. Coming down by the water for a second. On my way back where I'm going. Y'all hear a big splash? That's Medicine Man falling in the water. Don't worry, I can swim. I'm certified. This water here kind of deep too, so this might be a big splash. This is S9 I got too, so even though I might fall in the water, it's waterproof, so y'all could be able to see me halfway drowning, you know what I mean, until I bust back. But yeah, this is like a little scream that kind of, it's a cool out spot, man, I be coming to get some of my readings on. And if you see some markings in the dirt over there, that's because this is why I be coming out. I have to clean up the trash sometime, man. The boys be sitting there drinking bottled water and beer all day and doing their work, you know what I mean? This is the spot you come in, you run into, when you start running into everybody work out here, and it's like, yo, like people really getting it in out here. People really tapping into the natural elements, man. You thinking everybody at home, trust me, I come by these little screams out here, man, there be so much work on it, got Santeria, Luca, me, and Paulo written on it. Like, whoa, you know what I mean? I just be like stepping over them things like landmines out here. But yeah, that's how it works. You know, it's a little short bridge under there. You go put that work under that bridge, you know, for people like to burn bridges. Put that work right up under there, right in that corner right there. And put that work right there in that corner for people like to burn bridges. You know what I mean? When you're being good to them. You know, so, seaweed, sea moss, off the rocks in the water. Right there. That sea moss down there. Hold on. Y'all can't see in there, but all that moss and stuff off that water. That's how you work that water work. You know, but it is what it is. You even got a pine cone sitting out there. You know, it is what it is, man. Look at the tree, man. How that tree grows from down there in the rock. The homeboy come all the way around like, ooh. All of that is a pattern of energy, man. How the flow go. But yeah, this medicine, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long. I just want to elaborate really on the oak. It was interesting that I saw an oak tree and a pine tree sitting side by side, like right next to each other. So in the midst of all of that, sitting right next to each other, it's more like, boom, it's an energy vortex in between the two trees. I felt the energy, just didn't talk about it, but there's an energy vortex between the two trees. And for people that study the science of the trees and vortexes in nature, experience it for yourself. Experience it for yourself. Don't look for me to say, hey, you come between these two trees, you're going to get some power. No. You go between those two trees. You go intuitively within yourself and feel the natural current. In fact, those two trees kind of close together, but not close enough for you to touch both. But it would be ideal to stand between two trees that's next to each other, kind of close, where you can stand between the trees and touch both trees. And you be the connecting link between the energies of the two trees. That would be a really great energy experience for you. Trust me, try it, see what happens. Hit me up and let me know how it felt and what you experienced, man. Because it's a whole lot of magic out here in nature. Whole lot of magic. You touch two trees sitting next to each other, you can pull the energy from both. One might be a positive, one might be a negative. Both might be positive energy vibrators. Both might be negative energy vibrators. It just depends. So the only way you know for sure is by touching and tapping into the energy current of the trees. You know what I mean? This is a nice tree right here. Look, yeah. It's a pretty old one too. This is another oak tree. Just was talking about it. See, I just was talking about the energy vortex of the three. Well, the trees, standing in between trees and things like this. And look what I got right there, see? Now, in a perfect mind of a root worker, right? And I ain't even mean to be on this long, 20 minutes is my limit. But in the mind of a root worker, I would clear all of this out here. You know, I clear all of this out, make me a space, make me a space, and I would draw, you know, put certain things, and I do work right there in the mind of a root worker. Why? That's a tree of three, right? If I'm doing me some path opening work, or I'm trying to close somebody's path, where best place to do it other than the foot of the tree of three? See? Tree of three. Right there in that space, I put that good road open and a road close and work right down on you. These trees like antennas that reach out to the universe. So when you do your work right here, poof, you send your spiritual work out into the universe through the limbs of the trees, out into the atmosphere, to the cosmos. That's how it works. All right? So we're going to walk under this bridge for a second. Since I'm live, get it on. Man. You know what I mean? Y'all know where I at. If you in Maryland, y'all should know where I at out here on, what is Riggs Road? I on Riggs Road. Y'all know where I at. Start going down. But, oh man, look what we find, y'all. He's a turtle. He's a turtle. Oh man, I don't know if y'all can see him. He right there, he moving in the water. Hold up, I gotta get down there. He moving fast. Y'all hear a big splash, that medicine man falling in. Damn, y'all can't see him. He's a big one too. Y'all can't see him. He right there. He right there too, man. He a big one. I mean, yeah, he was right on. He got this turtle here got like a red stripe going around his face, man. He was like almost on the edge, like right there when I walked up, but he looked me dead in my face and he's kind of cruised on back. The water kind of dark, so I almost threw my amethyst at him, man, trying to hold on to that. Yeah, he's a turtle though. He down in there. Ain't no turtle, no turtle soup for y'all today. No turtle soup. Dang, man. Let's see what else down there. Now, Mr. Turtle, yo, so get on through. Oh, they got some mushrooms out there too, man. See, like on these, like these here? Listen. Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing about these. But these are mushrooms. Use this in your work. That's all I can tell you. Pay attention where you're finding them from, where you're pulling them from. You know, pay attention to that. You know, one of these days, everybody will learn how to use mushrooms and fungus and fungi in your work. You know what I mean? Let me see. See stuff like that? Yeah. When you let it dry out, it dries out and actually crumbles down to a powder, like a tree powder. You know, I usually use that in my work too sometimes. But there's under the bridge, look, see? Under the bridge. Look at my ducks, man, my people. Y'all know my people over there? 2 ducks. Let me see where they at, see? Yep, my people down there under the bridge. Ducks under the bridge, man. Getting it in, catching the little tadpoles and everything. Yeah, they must be like it, man. The other duck over there, he got like green and black. One is brown, but the other one, man, he like green and black, and he got a little white in him. Yeah, he got his head under that water, man. He ain't paying no attention to nobody. Hold up, get back on it right there. He ain't paying attention. They're the only 2 out there too, man. They're the only 2 out there. It's a nice little stream, man. Like I said, it flows under the bridge, man. It keeps going all the way around that curve. I don't mess around down there. That's where the snakes and stuff be at. Yeah, no, I don't mess around like that, innit? Yeah, right. But it's all good, man. That's what we do. That's what we do, man. So I've been out there. I did a reading out there earlier. And now I'm chilling with the ducks. Never fail. People see me on YouTube. They start blowing up my phone. So I'm gonna go, y'all. I got a couple of calls to take, obviously, because I'm on YouTube. Y'all know they ain't gonna let me be on YouTube long without calling my phone when it's online. So this medicine man, catch me live. I'm out here on Riggs Road. Y'all know where you at. And let's talk this root, man. I'll be back later.